Okay, we are drawing the Kansas City Chiefs logo, and these are not easy to do. The outer shape here is probably pretty simple, but the letters are going to be the trickiest part, so we'll start with the letters. So I'm going to start with this line here for the K, because that seems like an easier place to begin. And I'm drawing with permanent marker. It's probably better to draw with pencil first in case if you make any mistakes. So then at the top and the bottom, this comes out a little bit. I'm thinking maybe I want this just a little bit here. And then down, back in. Same thing in the bottom. Down, over, up, back in. Okay, and then this line's coming down probably a little more than halfway. And then the line goes out at a diagonal. So I'm thinking this part here coming out at diagonal is probably the trickiest part. Okay, and then the top of this again is going to come out and over and down and back over. And then this is going to come down, same diagonal. Okay, and then again, maybe a little more than halfway or about halfway. And you want to come out for the bottom part of the K here. And you want to try to line it up with this bottom of the K back here. Come out again and over and back up, connecting in, and then going back up, and then connecting back in here and then down. Okay, so not too bad. Then the C is going to be connecting in at this part of the K. And it's going to come up and over. And then back down. And over. And then following the same curve back into the K. And then continuing the C curve and lining it up pretty much with the top part of the C. Following that same curve all the way around here. Okay, and then along the side here we have a shadow. And I think adding this shadow will kind of help to even things out here. where I might erase a little bit, I would actually not do erasing here because I have this stone and permanent marker, so I can't, but I can maybe just like make my lines a little more sketchy here to sort of make it look like I've got the shadow, and might sort of help to make areas look a little bit thinner that maybe came out, or look a little thicker that came out maybe too thin with my initial drawing here. So I'm going to shade on the bottom, make a shadow on the bottom here for my K, and along the bottom of my C here, underneath this part, and this shadow sort of curves in. It's not a really, doesn't go along the whole length of the C. And a little bit up here I missed on the K, underneath this edge part. And then a little bit along the back here. So these were the spots where I noticed that the shadows seemed the most noticeable. Now I would actually like to make these edges a little bit more even. So I might have to go back and make my shadowed parts a little bit more darker and heavier to sort of balance this out. But again, though, if I had done this with pencil, I could sort of adjust this a little bit better. All right, so this line's curving across the top and going down. This part's curving in. Sort of comes to a point out here. And done with a wavy line. Not super wavy, just slightly wavy. And then the edge coming back along here. And then we're just going to sort of just double this up. And it doesn't actually have to follow the same exact wavy pattern. Could be slightly different. I'm gonna make this part a little bit thicker out here. And this part underneath. And that one's already a little bit thicker. All right, and then I'm going to use my bigger markers so that I can more quickly fill in my spaces. And then along the edge here, and just sort of fill in these spaces in between my two lines. All right, and good luck finishing yours up.